Peace and blessings, everybody. I'm your brother, Juan Carlos Sex. Welcome to the Plug Room, where you can plug your business and plug your brand. But another part of the Plug Room, which, first off, the Plug Room is about community development. Community development, as taught to me by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, is building people and linking people with people. And I've been fortunate enough to utilize a gift given to me by the Creator and be involved in community development for almost 2 decades now. I guess today is Brother Shinobi Muhammad. He is doing some powerful things in the community and for the youth. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. This portion of the Plug Room platform is called My First Mind. The first mind of the universe. What is that? What is that? What's the first mind of the universe? Who is the first mind? What is your first mind when you hear that? What's the first thoughts that come to mind? We want you to tap in and plug in on this Plug Room in this interview with our brother Shinobi Muhammad, because we want to know what his first mind was in and what that process was and what was the vision of what we're going to be sharing today and how he's changing lives and building in our communities with the youth and the Brigade Corps. So without any further delay, thank you for tapping in. Share this out, save it, record it. And if you're about building your community and linking people with people, we want you to share this. So without any further delay, let me bring up my brother Shinobi Muhammad. Salam alaikum, brother.
Like salam, big bro. How you feel?
I'm doing well, sir. How's your thinking?
My thinking, man, is bright and clear, on a motivated Sunday. Just got to hearing a powerful lecture from my brother Rashad Muhammad here at Muhammad Mosque number 48. So I feel good.
Yes, sir, brother. Indeed, indeed. Well, first off, thank you for taking out of your time to come share with us some of your mind and what you're doing. So without any further delay, my brother, for those who have not heard of you, don't know you, you're not familiar to them, who is Shinobi Muhammad? Let them know a little bit about you. And it's on you.
Okay, brother. Assalamu alaikum. First and foremost, I'm from Chicago, born and raised. Myself, as a young person, I was involved in Chicago street gangs, as far as Gangster Disciples. Grew up with a lot of chaos, a lot of confusion, a lot of different things. A lot of us can be aware. We're aware of that experience of that life. Moved to Dallas. Been here about 11 years or so, and carrying forward some of the things I used to do in Chicago, which was working with the youth. Now coming to Dallas, getting a home here at Mosque number 48. And just really getting an understanding what my purpose is, what my aim is, my goal in life is, which is to help the youth. Now I'm starting to focus in more on that. I'm a trained photographer. I've been doing that for about 20 plus years. So I've shot all over the country, had a couple of magazines, different things like that. But I find the beauty in my work is actually working with our people, helping to solve problems, helping to be a friend, a brother to my friends and to my brothers to do the right thing in life. So that's why I'm at right now.
Indeed, brother. Indeed. What was your first mind? First off, the Brigade Corps. What is that?
It's a youth military drill training program that's designed to teach discipline, structure, and purpose. Basically self-improvement. Looking at the study guides that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan established for us within the nation, basically for the community, for the world, really. Self-improvement is the basis of community development, as the minister has said often. And the Brigade Corps is just a way of, like brothers across the nation who are running different programs in the community. It's my way of taking what I know works and taking it into the community and working with young people, teaching them military drill, helping them with their structure in their life, and then also helping them to build on purpose and value in themselves. And then letting them know, hey, you know what? You're not about to move out your neighborhood. And so what you want to basically do is try to transform the condition that's around you now so that you can actually see a better life, a better community, far as that's concerned. So that's really been my focus as far as that, really trying to build that. So the Brigade Corps becomes the outlet where we take 20 or so youth in each one of the housing units. Ebon, Valera, Fraser Courts, and then in Rosemont, one of the other ones. We're going to go in there, 20 to 30 youth out of each one of those units, 6 to 16, train them up. And then as we train them up, we'll begin to show them the best way of life to, how to run their life, how to be more disciplined, how to be more focused, how to be more clear-minded, and just really have fun as young people, and then, have some more value in their life. So that's what the Brigade Corps is.
Yes, sir. Now, what was your first mind, and what thoughts came to mind? What was the environment you were in? What elements inspired and created the idea in you to move forward with the Brigade Corps as the founder? What need did you see? What problem or were you trying to solve with this? How did this come about? What was your first mind?
First mind was we had every so often we go into a lot of the housing, a lot of the brothers, right? The FOI, go into the community. And the first thing is to find out from the people, what is it that they need, right? We can always assume what somebody needs, but we ask them, what is it that you need? And everybody kept saying the youth, we need help with our youth. And so I was like, man, what would work? What can we bring? What kind of service can we offer? Obviously, everyone, a lot of times people have kind of pushed back. Hey, I don't want to join the nation. I don't do that. I don't want to do that. But you know what? To us, you're already in the nation. You're already, a part of this program. We just got to figure out a way to help elevate your thinking. And so when I started seeing a lot of the young people in the housing areas, I was like, man, they're not doing anything. Nobody's doing anything with them. And I'm like, wow, we got to be able to bring them something. So I was like, we got to bring them some type of training. So the drill was the first thing I thought about, right? The men to be perfect to bring them drill, it'll teach them discipline, take commands and structure. And they always loved it when the brothers would start drilling. The young people always kind of drew to that. Like, okay, that's cool. I said, we have to actually have it as a program, something that we can gauge and measure, and something that is there constantly every week that they can build on. So that's when I went to work trying to design something that would make sense. I thought about the Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts. I thought about all those other groups that a lot of people have their people in other communities. But I was like, hey, we don't have that in our community. The street gangs become the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts, but right now they're not in that positive mode to help benefit our young people. So I was like, what can I do? So I said, you know what, let me think on it. Prayer through just thought, talking to the God, and just thinking. I was like, you know what? I think we need to organize training camps in all these housing areas. And so that's when I said, what are we going to call it? I was like, man, I don't know. I'm thinking to myself, then the whole idea, I don't know how I came up with Brigade, but I was in the military. So I said, you know what? Brigade is typically under a major army. A brigade is just part of a major army. I say, hey, the Nation of Islam, the FOI, they're army. But you know what? I call them the brigade, right? We're their big brothers. So, I call them the brigade. And I just put corps in there because it sounded cool. So it became the Brigade Corps. And when that idea came to mind, it just clicked. And then I said, I got to design stuff like the logo and the branding. And once I started doing all that, it started coming to life. And again, more prayer, more thought, asking God, what does that need to do? How it needs to be formed. And the biggest thing was we're going to be mentors to these young people. So what's the best example? Bring yourself. And that's what we bring when we come into the community anyway. We bring ourselves. So the biggest part of the Brigade Corps training is centered around us. So I wanted to make sure it was a good, clean, organized, respectful, a very purposeful unit that we would be developing in the housing units. And, I meant to mention that all of the areas will be housing units. So these are places where people are mostly either on welfare. There's a lot of poverty, there's a lot of crime. There's a lot of other situations in play that feed into the negativity in which these young people are in. And so I really wanted to make sure that it had structure even in its name of what we're going to be doing. So that's it.
Yes, sir. Now, what would you say for those watching this? I have two questions. The first one is what qualifies you to train these young men? Are you just doing boys? What qualifies you, and what training did you receive that you will be able to be passing off to the children? Is the first question, or the youth. And the second one is it just for young boys, or who's going to assist with the young girls dealing with problems, or the older men or women? Is the second part. Now, there is one other third part, but I'll get to that after those two. What qualifies you? You know what I mean? And what kind of training are you going to be giving these children or the youth? And then is it just for boys, or, what's going on there?
Well, I believe that, my qualifications come from life, for one. God has taken me through a lot. At 9.5 years old, I joined the Black Ancient Disciple Nation. I became a part of the organization because it was something I was looking for. I grew up in those street organizations, and as I matured in those organizations, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself and a lot about the community in which I was in. I understood structure, understood, being able to have your own in that regard. As you move forward, by the time I had eventually joined the Nation of Islam, I started realizing what real brotherhood was, and I realized what discipline and having a moral code and conduct. I knew life wouldn't be perfect for me, but I knew that it through the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, as taught by Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan, I was beginning to bathe into a new understanding. My mind was getting restructured, to say the least. And I think that with that conditioning, and then the FOI is the military arm of the Nation of Islam. It conditions a whole other mindset for men. It prepares you, it conditions you, it pushes you to be a man who can stand on his own, but be a part of a body and move with a body. Respect the black command. If I hear an instruction from a brother, I don't care what his age is, but if he's in that chain of command, I listen to him, I submit to what is being instructed, and I follow the protocol to the best of my ability. I think my qualifications that I had, where I'm at right now, is really the fact that I've lived life to this point. I've learned the things that work, and I've learned a lot of things that don't work. And I'm a big person on trying to lead the way and trying to be a good person, a good example, and trying to be someone who actually care or love the subject matter of our people. You have to love our people. That's the most important thing. Do you love the people, and do you hate the condition that they're in? And if you love the people and hate the condition, you will do everything you can. I don't have to be the perfect man on the job. I just need to be the man that's there with the brotherhood, with the teachings that I know work, and actually get my butt to work and do what I need to do. Qualifications for individuals, 6 to 16, male and female. However, we're starting first with the males because we're going to end up having the sisters coordinate over the sisters. I believe the young girls need to be exposed to women who also have gone through things, who also have gone through structured training, who can give the proper example. Same thing with the young men. That's why none of the young boys or girls will be trained by anybody other than those whom I feel are themselves going through constant training and improvement. And that's what the young people need. They need adults over them who are constantly going through training. And the only place I know where they're training like that is in the Nation of Islam, where they're trying to cultivate men and women to be successes in society and be beneficial to those in society and themselves and their family.
Yes, sir, brother. Now, my third question in relation to those two is, first, I'd like to say that we are taught that titles don't mean anything in a sense if you're not living up to that title, if it's not in submission to the will of God, doing the work of God. the will of God. And I learned that, and we've learned from our teacher, the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan. Muslim is the greater title because, and I'm paraphrasing this part, because a Muslim is one who is submitting to do the works in the will of God entirely. So my question, I said that to say this. Um, are you going to be training the children for those parents that may not be familiar with the Nation of Islam? You've mentioned several times during this. They see the bow ties, they hear about the sisters. Are you going to be trying to convert children into your indoctrination? What if I want my child and I don't know about the nation? What is this about? What is that about?
That's a good question. One of the things that's most important is that my training, my conditioning, my life experience, and that which basically has me where I'm at, and those that I'm choosing to have over the young people. If they're in the nation, they're in the nation, right? If they are Muslim, they're Muslim. We want to. I believe that a parent would want their child to be around someone who's not using the B word, who's not using the N word, who's not talking about foul and disrespectful things and doing inappropriate things. You want someone around your child that's going to actually cultivate character, morality, code of ethics. That's what's important to parents. Um, yes, I'm in the nation, and fortunately, I'm in the nation because that got me on the straight and narrow. However, if the child or the parent doesn't agree with our account, that's fine. But you do agree with the life that your children, your children should live a better life. They should be in a safe environment. You do believe that you need help because we go to communities where that help is needed. And you do believe that you need help. And so we're here to help you, not convert you. We don't convert. We help people. If down the road you decide you want to join the nation or you have curiosity, that's fine. But the most important thing for us is that you understand that we're coming to you out of love and we want to help you. We want for you that which we want for our brother. We want you to be in the best of situations. And so you don't have to join the Nation of Islam, but we're working with you because we know we have to do something for ourselves because nobody else is coming to help us. And the conditions our young people are in, the mindset that they're the ideas that they're following is detrimental. It's killing them. We have to do something. So we're here to help. It's plain and simple.
Yes, sir, brother. Now, you mentioned training, discipline, um, leadership. I understand that comes with the military type training in a brigade and whatnot. But is it so is the brigade corps just about militancy? Is there any entrepreneur ship teachings or anything there for our children or the youth? How are you helping in other areas outside of the militant areas for our children if we bring them to the brigade corps? Are there opportunities for them to learn and grow business?
Good question. Like with all things, there must be structure. There must be an understanding of how to run a certain thing. I can bring a person and say, hey, look, let's go make this money. But if they don't understand the fundamentals behind keeping that money, building on it, expanding on it, working with other people, being able to do things a certain way, then they're not going to be successful. So the training, the military training, the drill, and all that is the initial part. It's just designed to get them into a mindset of taking instructions, giving instructions, working together as a team, as a unit, as a whole. Because when you go into business, you have to be able to work together as a unit, as a team, as a whole. There are no big I's and little U's. It's all about working together. So the drill training and all that is just really the foundation. And then from that, you have the entrepreneur project. So as we train them, we also have them doing engagement activities, taking them out on field trips, meaning that sometimes we do the archery class, we do the paintball, we do the laser tag as teams. We train them in the military, but we have them go and work as teams when they're doing all these other activities to put them in a real world situation, right? And then the entrepreneur project, then we help them to build businesses that will fit right in line to what they can do right now. so that they can learn how to make money. We're bringing in an accountant who's working on a program for us now to help teach young people about finances and money so that they can learn how not only to set up a business, they know how to run that business, but our training is designed to give them the more having morality and having a code of ethics. But who wants to deal with a business person who has no morals, and no code of ethics? So all of that has to come in like a smorgasbord, so that they get a lot of different things. So it helps to develop them over time. And so yes, we're going and we're dealing with people who live in poverty. We have to show them how to do for self. We have to show them how to pool resources. We have to show them how to have an idea and how to implement that idea, and how to and once they build something, how to keep it.
Yes, sir. A few more questions, brother.
Yes, sir.
If someone was watching and we're hearing the ideas that you have, it sounds good. Is there a launch date? Have you already started doing this? How can those who want to support or rally behind you or lend their resources do so? Are there sponsorships? Are there official endorsements going on? Can you share?
Yes. So the official launch date is going to be right around September 15th. We chose that date because we wanted to make sure, we want children in school now. Two, we can now target those areas and actually recruit those youth, because some of the classes will be after school. Some will be on Saturdays and Sundays. So we start right around September 15th. And then the 4 areas that we're going to start is Ebon housing units, and then Fraser Homes, and then the Roseland, and then the Volera. They're all about within 2 to 5 miles away from the center, from downtown and so forth. So they're in good areas. So most of the people that will enroll will be from those areas. And then if there are other youth who want to join in, parents who want to join in, they just have to let us know where they're located, and we'll coordinate it into one of those areas. It's supervised by us, is ran by, by brothers and brothers who are serious about what we're doing. So it's a safe environment for the most part. They can go to the Brigade Corps, and that's thebrigadecorps.org. It is a nonprofit. Through our fiscal sponsor, we have a 501c3 access that we have through our fiscal sponsor that allows individuals who want to donate, who want to provide assistance, they can do that, and it's totally tax deductible. So we do have that in play. And at this point, what we're doing now is just the build-up process, starting Tuesday, which is, I don't know what date that is, 24th, 26th, whatever, of this month. We're going to begin the process of sitting down with a lot of the parents. So we've collected a lot of numbers, parents who said they need the help. Now we start that part. We're going to start with their children first, then their neighbors' children, and so forth. So by September 15th, we should have that initial launch number that we need. The goal is 100 youth. That's really the goal, 100 youth. And we'll do those classes every single week, 90 minutes per class. It's really broken down. They'll have their training materials. They'll go through a 9-week urban boot camp first, and then that'll prepare them for the 19-week training program. We provide them lunch, we provide them food during the training. We try to do as much as we can, and provide as much support as we can in that process.
Yes, sir. And before we wrap up this plug room, please let everyone know that may be watching or listening to this stream. Let them know where to contact you best, where they can donate, support, and where they can see what you're talking about online, your web location, your digital real estate.
Mm-hmm. And so basically they can go to, am I able to type it in here, or should I do it like that?
No, sir, they won't see it.
Okay, well, the website is, let me close this out. The website is the Brigade, Brigade, corps, corps.org. If you go there, All the contact information is there. All the information is there regarding the program. And if you want to know more about the program, you can also call me at 469-464-6509. It's always good to text me. I got my number. I get a lot of calls, so it's good to text me. If you just want to help, let me know. If you feel like it's something that would be good in your area, let me know. If you know someone who has a child between 6 and 16, let me know. Again, we're starting with the males first, but we're going to gradually, quickly move over to the young ladies once we have sisters that we have ready that can do that training. But it will be for both male and female. There are no restrictions. There are no costs to the parents. Once they go into the full program, the 19 weeks, they actually do get their own uniform. Their brigade, right? So they have to have their own uniforms and all that. When they're doing the training initially for the 9 weeks, they'll get T-shirts. That's like their identifier. They'll get that. But that 9 weeks is very important. So if you know anybody that really wants to do something with their young person, just let us know. Just simply call or just go to the actual email. You can also email us at together, TOGETHER, at thebrigadecorps.org. You can reach us that way. But again, if you call, that's good. If you go to the website, that's good.
Yes, sir, brother. Well, again, thank you for the work that you're doing out there with the community. Thank you for enlightening us and sharing your first mind when it comes to the youth, our communities, their future, and the Brigade Corps and what you're trying to launch and what has already been launched. I appreciate your time and your effort for that. And that's all I have, brother. Is there anything else you want to say before you go?
Well, I appreciate you, you helping out and being an outlet to help us do what we're doing. As usual, you've always been a help, so that's a good thing. We know our work. We know what we're supposed to be doing. I'm here to serve my community. I'm here because Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, gave us the blueprint, gave us the means, gave us the insight, inspired us to do what we're supposed to be doing. I'm here to do the work. That's the only reason I'm here. Sacrifice, 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 work, work, work. That's it.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. You be blessed.
You too, big brother.
Salam alaikum. Yes, sir. Alaikum salam. Thank you for tapping into this plug room. That is our brother Shinobi Muhammad in the DFW area. If you didn't catch that information, just rewind this stream back, write down the email, visit the website, give them a text, give them a call, and let's help build our communities. Again, the plug room is a place where you can plug your business, plug your brand, but we're not just another space in the matrix or online, as what I mean to the matrix. We are a platform of community development that's physically from the digitally transferred. You know what I mean? Building people and linking people with people. Everyone has a device. You're watching this now on a device, either on your television, your tablet, your phone, your laptop. You're tapped in, you're plugged in. Building people and linking people with people is community development. And build with us. If you're not about building, what are you doing? If you're not building, you're destroying. If you're not alive, you're dead. What is your first mind with the words that you heard? What are your first thoughts? Tap in, hashtag MFM, my first mind. Visit theplugroom.com. And until next time, peace.